Good morning. Is it good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you see this video. Hello. Welcome. So they are doing construction downstairs and Bug is a little activated. So just a heads up, he's probably going to start barking here in a second. He has a new spot though. He loves the windowsill. He has a little perch so he can see all the people outside. I don't know if you guys can see his little face back there. That's his new jam. It's his new little spot. I even put a blanket on the windowsill for him, so he's like happy. He sunbathes and people watches and all that good stuff. So it's 2 for Tuesday, you guys. Happy Tuesday. It is March 16th, 2021. Yes. How are we all doing? How's this energy been for everybody? Okay, have you been getting very conscious to what does it mean to be the greatest version of who you're becoming? So what does it mean? What does that actually mean to you? Like, who would you be being if you were being completely at your best? For me, what that means is that I will completely 100% trust myself, trust my judgment, trust my gut, trust my intuition, just trust what I have to say, trust what I'm feeling, and just being very conscientious of how I'm being in relationship to myself as well as how I'm experiencing other people, and just being in a complete state of trust. To me, that is the biggest possible space of freedom. Completely trusting myself, completely trusting that I'm making the right decisions, that I'm in alignment with my best and highest good, that the frequency that I'm embodying is that of being in love. We're live, folks. Sorry. So yes. All right, we'll take these. Turn knowledge into wisdom, time for the beginner's mind, time for a deep dive. So this is all about using what has occurred in the past, taking that learning, integrating it into wisdom, and being completely open-minded to knowing nothing in the complete unknown. I mean, let me see if I can break this down just a little bit. It's kind of a dichotomy. It's like taking everything you've learned up until this moment, not having any attachment to the past and present ways of being, but taking what you've learned and integrating that into wisdom, into the ability to trust yourself, into understanding what programs you've been running in the background of your behavior, of your mind, and becoming so completely conscious to those patterns, to those programs, and being completely present in the here and now, being completely open-minded, and being in a complete space of unknown. You know nothing, yet you know all the things that you've taken up until this moment and integrated it into wisdom to get to the point of being completely conscious to being in the unknown. And then take some real intentional action to dive deep into your soul, into your solar plexus, into your being, and really start to become conscious to who do you want to become? What is your mission going to look like? And really start putting the intention in place to start rehearsing that every single day and being the embodiment of that energy. What does that mean? Every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm taking this new learning and I'm integrating it into this experience of wisdom where I'm like, okay, that could be a way to make sense of this. So like, if I really am going to build a business that has these particular products available to them, who would I be being in that frequency? How would I look? How would I walk? How would I talk? How would that experience translate into my reality based on how I'm being in my personality? Who would I be being in that frequency? And how then would that translate? And what is it that I need to do now in this present moment to be completely open-minded to infinite possibilities? It would mean letting go of everything from the past, everything up until this moment, and just being completely in a clearing, in a space of unknown. And then seeing in the future what that looks like, and then bringing it to me. Because I then start embodying that frequency. I start becoming the magnetic field of receiving. Okay, is that landing? Is that resonating for people? You start to attract when you just start being the magnetic field of receiving. Because you're not in a space of lack. You're not like, okay, I want this. Anytime you want, you repel. I want this to happen. I don't want anything to happen. I don't want anybody to show up in my life. I don't want anything. I'm just going to be here and now in the present moment, completely open, and being the frequency of this new business owner, being the frequency of the healer, being the frequency of this divine feminine, being the frequency of who I'm becoming is what is going to bring that into my field. Okay? You guys got it? Using your intuition, being a complete space of self-love and in complete wholeness. What does that mean? What does complete wholeness mean? For me, it means being completely trusting of myself, not allowing external messaging, external opinions, external circumstances to define my truth. Okay? You guys understand what I'm saying? Letting go of the past, it no longer serves you. Moving on, moving forward, releasing and letting go of. Being the ultimate space of forgiveness. Being the ultimate space of being forgiven. Being the ultimate space of trust. Being the ultimate space of trusted. Okay? Yes. Letting go of what has trapped you. Mindsets, behaviors, unconscious patterns. Waking up to those patterns and being in the complete unknown. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable. All right, let's see where we go with this. Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Wheel, Four of Cups, Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, Queen of Swords, Awakening, Six of Cups, Fool, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands, Six of Swords, Queen of Cups. Okay, so there is this experience that you're having right now where you might have wanted something from someone. You might have wanted to create something. Your heart might have been saying this is what you wanted, but that's no longer. That's no longer a good use of your time. That is no longer a good use of your energy. I think it's going to be really important that you surrender to the flow of what is happening in the present moment and releasing and letting go of everything that has existed up until this point. And not wanting to control, predict, releasing and letting go of grief, disappointment, confusion, and getting really anchored in truth. Really trusting yourself, really knowing the truth about what has existed up until this point that has not been good for you, that hasn't served you, and that can be used to teach you how to trust yourself, how to empower yourself. What does it mean to be completely empowered? What does it mean to be completely released of the past? What does it mean to let go and just completely be free to be here in the present moment, creating in the future? Really making a decision to release and let go of hurt and confusion, and getting anchored in your truth and being very discerning and trusting the process of what's meant for you to come for you, okay? Because there are things that need to be completely released and let go of that have been hurtful, that have hurt you, that have been counterintuitive to your growth and development. Because where you're going is a spiritual awakening about the past. You're awakening to that experience and you're moving forward towards self-care, self-love, nurturing, grounded, feminine, loving energy that will feed you and nourish you in a way that will catapult you forward. Maybe experiencing some sort of you might be presented with something that looks nice, lovely, a nice energy. And you're going to be discerning now to know how to move forward in an energetic frequency that is right for you, that's right for your heart. It's important not to get stuck in energy that doesn't serve you. Don't get caught up in things that are distractions. Just turn down the noise. Be at peace with what is. We talked about this yesterday. So let's see, what are the blocks here? Because where you're headed is, there's 3 queens here. That to me is beautiful. That's very feminine energy. That's very thoughtful, nurturing, discerning, truthful, loving energy. Okay, that energy trumps low vibration. It's very yin, it's beautiful, it's thoughtful. I love it. All right, let's see, where, getting grounded and anchored in truth and integrity. Okay, so let's see, where, not getting stuck in anything that isn't that. All right, so let's see, what are the blocks here? 6 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Sun. There is something that you're still a little disillusioned around. You're blocking the movement forward because it doesn't necessarily it's self-defeating. You just really got to get anchored in the truth. You really got to let the flow come through you. You got to let the love come to you. You got to be anchored in your heart. You have to really recognize anything that has not been, just move out of the past. Just get your ass out of the past, okay? That's the work. It's like getting out of that. It no longer serves you. You have to overcome those emotions. I heard this thing the other day about how do you take care of your inner child. It's not so much about, it's about overcoming the emotions of what it was like for you and just moving forward. How is it serving you to continue to ruminate in that? Figure out what it is that's keeping you from growing. See the unconscious programs and start doing the work to unmemorize those experiences and memorize new, healthy, higher consciousness programming. Okay? Break the habit of being that version of yourself and successfully work through your self-defeating behaviors so that the sun can come out. The sun will come out so that you can receive the abundance. All right, messages from your higher self here. Knight of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You might be avoiding making some, you might be avoiding some things because it's again letting go of the past. So I think it's important that you're going to learn some new things about how to have a new experience. Yes. So take flight, keep it pushing. Don't get caught up in indecision. Handle your shit, move forward, do what you need to do, and really start to embody the energy of learning some new things. Because where are we going here with this? 10 of Cups. That's where we're going. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. The ultimate abundance, okay? Where else? 4 Swords, healing. 3 of Pentacles, working it out. 3, and seeing the truth about the things that have hurt you. Yes, that's really important. Really recognizing how you have created your own reality, because at what point are you not responsible for your life? At what point do you not take responsibility for being the creator? This is about really getting truthful about what has not served you and what have you created that has gotten you to this point that no longer serves you, that you now need to overcome. Okay? These unconscious programs, these underlying experiences. So for example, what do your finances look like? What do your relationships look like? What does your health look like? What are these things in your life? How does your life look? Do you feel you are completely in alignment with who you're becoming or who you want to be? I would say take out a piece of paper and write down everything that you want to be for yourself and start being it. Start becoming it. And then see what happens around you. See how much easier your life becomes. But you have to recognize what has interfered in your ability, personally, your interference, not externally. What internally has interfered? Your thinking, how your thoughts fire and wire, how your unconscious programming has been running in the background that has kept you in a particular way of being, that has kept you from moving and evolving into a greater level of consciousness. Okay, so seeing that, seeing how you have unconscious patterns, seeing how you have certain thought processes, seeing how they interfere in your ability to really evolve. And so really seeing the truth of that. The Ace of Swords is here, clarity, the Queen of Swords is here, and they're both looking back at the past, getting truthful and clear about what has been running in the background, and really getting anchored in love and self-worthiness is what this is about. It's about really becoming conscious to who you've been being and releasing and letting go of the past and overcoming the ways of being that have been self-destructive, okay? Because that is what keeps you continuing to get what you keep getting. If you want something new, you have to change your energy. You have to change your frequency. You have to recognize how you've been repelling from a place of lack, from a place of want, from a place of survival. So getting really conscientious of how these need-based survival emotions have been driving you. I need this. I want this. I can't do this. Those are all ways of being victim to circumstances, thinking that the external reality is what is going to provide you internal peace, when it's really the opposite. So, like I said, read that book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Read You Are the Placebo. Really recognize how your mind has ultimate agency to create anything you want that your mind can possibly fathom. Okay? You just have to get out of the way of yourself. You just have to believe in the possibility. Imagine, yes, there's a fork in the road. Tick tock, things are changing. This is interesting. Something's about to change. You're on a time schedule here. Take your time to really get grounded in how do you see yourself being in this future version of you, and really start becoming it, you guys, because there's There's a shift here. There's a change. There's something that's happening in due time. Okay? So it's happening. There's something that's going to change here within a few weeks to a few months. Once you start doing this work, you won't believe how quickly things synchronize. You won't believe how quickly you start to, in 60 days of my life, the things that have changed in my life have been insurmountable. My condo sat on the market for months and months and months until I finally, in my meditation, said, why am I blocking this? What am I doing? I'm in need. I'm in lack. I'm in survival. What if I just surrendered to that? What if I just let go of everything related to my feelings about this experience? And then I just started to embody the frequency of somebody who has sold their condo. Like I became the person who sold the property. And then I saw it in a reading. I said, in 2 days, I'm going to get an offer. And in 2 days, I got an offer. After 6 months, in my meditations, just in a couple of meditations, I said, this isn't working. What am I doing to block this? I got conscious to it. And then I surrendered to it. And then I became the embodiment of the person who is already it. And then it happened within 2 days. So try it, okay? Just try it. I'm not trying to sell you Amway. I'm just saying, when you start to embody the frequency of the person you're becoming and you start becoming that person, the synchronicities, the magic, that's when it's going to show up. But you have to believe it. You have to believe in the possibilities. All right. Happy Tuesday. Thanks, you guys. If you like the content I'm creating, please do like, share, and subscribe. Either way, I will see you tomorrow.